Hello world, hello world. Welcome back to my channel. Call me Biz. Alright, so this is Gary Owen. Broken Family, part 2. We already did the first part. Go watch that. I ain't even gonna talk too much. The first part was funny. It was funny. So I can't wait to hear and watch the rest. Y'all let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about Gary and his comedy and overall. So we're gonna get straight to it. But if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. Like the video if you like the video. Leave a comment. Let me know that you are here. Alright. If you ain't got nothing to say, just be like, I was here. That's love. I appreciate that. Alright. No more ghost watching. Let's get it. Yo, shout out to Emma. Links in the description.
It's funny too, like people always ask you too, like, if you could go redo anything in your marriage, would you do something different? I was like, there's certain days I'd like to relive, for sure. I remember one day, there's a couple days. One big one though, I'd like to relive this day over, because one time I was flying with my ex, and I got upgraded and she didn't. And I got the email like 3 days prior. I just didn't say shit till we got to the gate. Because I walked up, I looked at it, I said, oh my God, look, I just got upgraded. She's like, what? I was like, can I go sit in the front? I remember she just looked at me. She was like, take your ass to the front, see what the fuck happens. I remember in that very moment, I was thinking to myself, kind of wish I was married to a white woman right now. Because in my brain, my white wives would have said, Gary, you work so hard for this family. You have given us a beautiful home. I drive a beautiful car, fully paid for. Our kids are in private school. You deserve that first class. So you go spread out. You too tall to be back here in the back. You've earned it. You go spread out. But that's not what I got.
She probably would have said, hell no.
Take your ass to the front. See what the fuck happens. Let me tell you something. If I would have known that day that my marriage is gonna end in an ugly ass public divorce, I would have taken my ass to the front that day. It's such a weird thing till I look back on it, I go, why the fuck was I so scared? Like, what the fuck was she gonna do? We were at the airport. I can't explain it. It's like it's some kind of a black woman energy. I don't know what it is, but it's scary. And you gotta be in it to know what I'm talking about. I don't know what white, Latino, or Asian women energy is. I don't know, but I know what a black woman energy is, and it's scary. Because I remember sitting there at the airport, I started looking around like, is some of her cousins here? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, if I sit in the front, they gonna pick me up in the back, homie, what the fuck you doing? Because I look back on it, she wasn't loud, she didn't make a scene, she said it real subtle. Take your ass to the front, see what the fuck happens.
Yo, he must be a bitch in his relationship. Ain't no girl ever talked to me like that.
I can't explain it, man. But I realized if I was gonna redo that day, I would have had to match her black woman energy with my own black woman energy. I couldn't match her with white man energy. That ain't gonna work. I've tried that. It never worked. So if I could relive that day, I have to match her energy with my own black woman energy. So the minute she said, take your ass to the front, see what the fuck happens, I would have came back at her. Well, I'm gonna take my ass to the front. I wanna see what the fuck's gonna happen. Show me what the fuck's gonna happen. I dare to cross that motherfucking curtain. I dare to cross that motherfucking curtain. I didn't say that, I didn't say that. I just took my seat in the back.
That was his black woman energy.
These peanuts are pretty good. Are these planters? Sea salt in these or something. Can't believe I got 14 of them in this tiny bag. I'm full. I think I remember that flight so vividly. It wasn't because that just happened. That was the beginning of the flight. So once I realized I'm not going to the front, I said, well, let's have some fun with it. So she had a middle seat. So I said, look, you board before me. I'll be the last person on the plane. When I get on the plane, we'll ask the person in the window of the aisle if they want to switch. But we ain't gonna tell them which coaster first. We just gonna see if they cool. So she boarded. I'm the last on the plane. There was a lady in the window. I went to her first. I said, excuse me, ma'am, you might switch the seats so I can sit next to my wife? She was like, no. Right back to the window. I was like, dang, no discussion. Okay.
Yo, that window seat is serious.
Young dude in the aisle. Went to him next. Like, excuse me, man, you might switch your seats? He's like, I don't care. He grabbed his little Nike bag. He didn't even ask where my seat was. I gave him my ticket. He got about 3 rows up. He goes, hey, man, this is first. This is first. I said, I know, enjoy it. The lady in the window looked over. I said, don't. You said no, remember, no. So now we're about an hour into the flight, and I see that young kid walking back towards our row. We back in the 30s. He's in row 2. I said, why is he walking back here? He was like, hey, Gary, they're giving us lunch. You want anything to eat? I said, no, go eat. He about to give me his food. I was like, dude, I got peanuts.
Yeah, that's a good kid.
Potato, sea salt.
That's a good kid right
So
there.
now we land. You know, when you're back in the 30s, it takes you about 15 minutes to deboard. I get off the plane. Guess who was waiting on me as soon as I got off the plane? That young kid again to say thank you for letting him ride him first. So now, me and him are walking to the baggage claim together. And we're just sitting there, and he's talking a mile a minute. He's like, oh my God, dude, I've never flown first before. I had lasagna. I had a chocolate chip cookie. He's like, I'm only 19 years old. They thought I was you. I got to drink the whole flight. I said, wait a minute, what the fuck you just say? After I realized he was drunk as fuck. He's staggering the baggage claim.
Yo, lasagna.
His mom was at the carousel. Hey, baby. I said, we got to go. He's fucked up. We got to get out of here. I wonder what happened to him. He was cool. He got to be about 38 by now, a long time ago.
Kid had a blast.
I think the hardest part about divorce, at least for me, my experience, is avoiding a process server. I don't know if anybody's ever had to do that. I don't wish that on nobody, because I didn't really know how important a process server is in a divorce. I didn't realize all that it entailed.
I don't even know what that is.
I'll never forget when the quote-unquote shit hit the fan. Like, we have been separated for like 2-3 months already, right? And I'll never forget, I was in Naples, Florida. It was a Friday night. I had 2 shows.
Shouts to
I
Naples.
get off
My
stage after the
brother
first
lived
show. I go to my dress room. I check my phone. And that's when TMZ got a hold of my divorce. And everybody's texting me, calling me, sending me the links. It's TMZ, BET, People, AOL. I was like, AOL? We got a dial-up divorce. Ain't this a bitch? So my lawyer just started blowing me up. So I finally answered. She goes, Gary, where you at right now? I said, I'm in Naples, Florida. She goes, you got a show tonight? I said, I got 2. I just got on the first one. Second one starts in 30 minutes. She goes, cancel it. I said, I can't cancel the show in 30 minutes notice. She goes, no, Gary, you don't understand. We are worried that a process server is on the way to serve you. I said, what does that mean? So she had explained to me, we got a house in California. We got a house in Ohio. I filed for divorce in Ohio. My ex filed in California. So my lawyer said, Gary, if you get served, chances are your divorce will go down in California. California's a 50-50 state, which means she can get half your money for the rest of your life. I said, say less, this show's over.
Oh, that's the dudes I be like, you just got served, bitch.
I canceled that show so goddamn fast. I would say I feel bad for those 400 people that night, but I don't. Fuck them all. I got bigger shit to worry about than hee-hee-ha-ha jokes my life, motherfucker.
Shit, man. I hear you, man.
When I tell you, I immediately went on the run. Immediately. I canceled all my credit cards. I was Randy Moss, straight cash, homie. I changed my cell phone number. I changed my cell phone carrier, because I'd be watching the first 48.
But
they be catching them killers by pinging their cell phones off them towers. I didn't want a process server pinging my shit. I was sticking and moving all over the country. I was never anywhere for more than like 5-6 days. I was going to really white areas to blend in. Went to Maine, Montana, North and South Dakota. Went to West Virginia, hiked the Appalachian Trail. I was on the run. But after about 8 weeks of being on the run, I said, I got to get back to work. I was going crazy, right? So I called my lawyer, I called my manager. I said, I'm ready to go back to work. They said, Gary, we don't recommend it. I said, I got to get back to work. So the 8 weeks I was on the run, I really tried to educate myself on how not to get served. So in my line of work, the 2 most common places is on stage and at the airport. So when I went back to work, all my shows, I'd be way back here.
In the shadows, just hiding.
I was traveling with the undercover security guy, so you wouldn't know. He'd be in the front, you wouldn't even know it. So, and then the airport was the other big one. So what I would do, I would never fly into a city I was performing in. So my first week back to work, I was in Baltimore, Maryland. I flew into Pittsburgh, drove my ass down to Baltimore.
Yeah, that's smart.
And never get on the highway, all back roads. Because let me tell you something, these process servers, they'll get these fake ass cop cars, they'll pull you over, you ain't getting a ticket, you getting papers. So I was back. So at one point, I was so deep in Amish country in Pennsylvania. That's how back roads I was at. Like, I was the only car on the road. It was just a bunch of dudes in horses and carriages. They got these suits on with hats and beards with no mustaches. And you look on the side, they building homes with their bare hands. Like no hammer, just hitting a nail. So I got hungry. At one point I got hungry, I said, I gotta stop and get something to eat. So I stopped at this restaurant called Bob Evans, right? So I sit in this back booth so I can see everybody coming. So I'm eating, but my head's on swivel, like I said. And it's all Amish looking people in the restaurant. And also one black dude walked in. I said, what the fuck he doing here? And the dude made eye contact. He goes, yo, Gary. I said, not today. Not today. He started walking towards me. I'm throwing orange juice toast at this motherfucker. He chased me all over that goddamn restaurant. I don't know if he's a process server or not. I couldn't risk it. There's probably still some brother in Pennsylvania. Gary's a motherfucking asshole. My bad.
You didn't fit in, my boy.
If he sees this, my fault, man.
Yo. I didn't know like it was that serious. It must be that serious because I remember one time, this was a while ago when I had my BMW. I missed 2 payments, right? I had just got into a car accident and I wasn't working, and you know, I was waiting for them to process my unemployment. Yeah, that shit took forever. I missed 2 car payments. Nigga, I was hiding the car. These motherfuckers knew they knew everywhere like I could possibly be. I'm like, how the fuck do they know that? Yo, I was hiding my car. So the apartment I lived in was right here, right? And my landlord had like an apartment like right around the corner. Nigga, I was parking the car in my landlord's driveway, bro. They still got it. And you know how they did it? I heard the doorbell ring one time and my brother came at me with a blue paper and it just said some bullshit. I guess they were confirming if I lived there. I don't know what the fuck it was, but they just said some bullshit, nigga. Couple of hours later, nigga, that shit was gone, nigga. I was getting ready to go to the store. I'm like, oh shit. They took that shit. I got it back though. But yeah, yo, that first class thing, that shit will cost, yo. I don't think there's he's doing the whole black girl thing. I don't think there's any woman in the world that loves you enough to not feel some type of way about you having a good time. Like, she gonna be mad. She gonna be like, this nigga's up there sipping on mimosas and shit, eating chocolate cake, you know what I'm saying, playing video games, having the time of his life while she's back here eating peanuts. Nah, nigga, but yo, this was cool. The first part was funnier, but the Amish, the Amish building the house with the bare hairs, that's hilarious. Another thing too, like the process servers, bro. So I never knew that. He just educated me on something. I never knew it was like where you get served that's where it's processed. But I guess it's because they probably have 2 different houses, right? So that means they live in 2 different places. That's the only way that would make sense. But yeah, shit. If you got I thought all states were 50-50 states. I didn't think there was like different states that are not like 50-50 unless you have like a prenup or something like that. Even, these days, they're getting right past these prenups. Them shits don't mean nothing. Like, your prenup gotta be ironclad. Like, you gotta have every single claw in that motherfucker clause is what they call it, clause. You gotta have, like, nigga, you gotta be like, if this happens, then this. If this happens, then this. Because once you have millions, guess what? She has access to those millions too. She's gonna hire a great fucking lawyer. Because that lawyer knows there's millions on the line. They're gonna find a loophole. There's not one single nigga that won the fucking, or I have a prenup shit yet. But anyways. Y'all let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. We gonna go ahead and go straight to part 3. All right. Look, I'll see y'all in the next one. And guess what? You better be though. Peace.